Congrats to Waylon on 15,000 subscribers. Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back to my channel. So, last couple videos that I put out, I was basically trying to get more aggressive, not play as conservative, and try to build up a bankroll and then play with my winnings. So, I got a couple things I'm going to try here today, and I want your guys' thoughts on what you think here. So I'm going to start off with a $500 table, and I'm going to go with the turbo mode. I want all my bets working because I want quick hits. I'm going to try to get a quick hit and try to get a bankroll so I can play with the casino's money. So with a $500 bankroll, I may start off a little bit more aggressive than I'd like, but I'm going to go $50 across, $320. Okay, I'm looking for one, maybe two hits here. So there's a 5. That pays $72 on the buy bet. It's $72.50. The puck moves to the 5. I'm going to just leave things where they're at and try for one more hit. There's the 6. That gives me $70. I now have $142 that I can now work with, and if I lose, I still have my original $500 bankroll. So I'm going to take this down, and I'm going to go to a conservative mode now. And I like the 6, 7, 8 strategy. And the way I used to play 6, 7, 8 is I would put maybe $18 on the 6 and 8. That's a $36 bet. You double that. That's a $72 bet. I would go, let's just throw 100 behind the 4. Whoops, that's not 100. Let's throw 100 behind the 4. Okay, now I win on a 6. I win on an 8. And on a 7, I lose 36, but I make 48 maybe? 48 or 49? So I win on a 6 and a 7 and an 8. But remember, everything's got holes in it. What's the hole in this strategy? The 4. I do not want to hit a 4. Okay? Let's roll this a few times. This is when we're getting back to our conservative self. So there is, what is that? That's a 6. That pays $21 on an $18 bet. Let's go ahead and get one more, and then maybe we'll press. And there's the 7. Now, the 7, I lose the $18 on the 6 and 8. I lose $36, 36, and I win my lay bet on the 4. I don't know why that only came out to $11.50. I can't click on this and show you the result of the bet anymore like I used to. But anyway, a 7 is a winner. So far, I'm still winning. I'm up $175. So the puck is off. I want my bets working. Since a 7 rolled, I know it's possible. You can roll 2 7s in a row, 3 7s in a row. But I'm going to go and be my aggressive self, and I'm going to go 50 across again for $320. There's an 8. That's my first hit. I now will try for one more hit before I maybe come down to something more aggressive, more conservative. There's another 8. There's another 70. So this is a $50 across. The puck is off. I take it down, maybe go to 25. So I'm regressing down a little bit, trying to lock in some of these profits. And there's a 7 out. So just lost 160. The puck is off. My bets are working, so I got them working, locked in. I'm going back to 50 across. Try to make up that $160 loss. There's a 3. That's no help. There's a 6. There's 70 of it. Let's get another hit. There's a 5. So there's 142 out of the 160 I lost. So why don't we go ahead and regress down to 25 across. Let's try to get a hit here. Darn it, there's a 7. So I got to get past these 7 outs. Let's these 7 outs. So let's go ahead and set back up 50 across. Bets are on and working. There's the 10. That's a good bet. That's a $97 bet. I haven't made up my 160, so I'm going to try again. There's the 5. There's about $170 winning, and I lost 160, so I'm back. I've made up that loss. Let's go down. Let's go 25 across. There's an 11. That's no help. There's a 6. There's 35. And let's do... Are we ready to go conservative here? Let's go conservative. Let's take this down. Let's go 15, 18 with the cap. 18 on the 6 and 8. Let's go 100 on the behind the 4. There's an 8. There's $21. Let's see if we can't hit one more here. There's the 6. There's $21. So I think I'm going to do a little bit different here. I want to show another strategy of a 6, 7, 8 that I just watched Whan do. And congrats to Whan on 15,000 subscribers. I'm going to take these down, and instead of doing a lay bet behind the 4, I'm going to do a don't pass bet. And I want to wait until the puck is off to do that. So why don't we just go 15 inside until we hit a 7, and then we'll go to that other conservative 6, 7, 8 strategy that I just saw Whan try. So if these keep hitting, I think I'll go ahead now and press. No, I think I'll go ahead and buy the 4 and the 10. There's a 5. I'll collect that. I'll press the next one. There's an 11. Here's a 9. That gives me $21. 21 plus 15 is 36. Let's just bump it to 40. There we go. Power press. There's the 7. Okay, now I'm going to go conservative here. And I'm going to do what Whan showed. Let me think about this for a second. I'm going to turn off my 6 and 8. I'm going to go 6 and 8 for 25 apiece, 100 on the don't pass. I take that back. I need 50 here. Whoops. 50 on the 6 and 8. And 100 in the don't pass. What I'm doing here is I'm looking for a point. I have to avoid the 7. Okay? That's the hole. There's always a hole. Right now the hole is the 7 out. So let's avoid the 7, and I waited until the 7 rolled just because my mentality says it's harder to roll 2 7s in a row, but you know it's possible. So we're going to roll. Let's get a point. Okay? The points the roll's a 3. It's not a point, but it wins in the don't pass. So that's an easy 100. Let's get a point. Okay, the point's a 9. Now, the way Whan explained this, and I've only watched this video once, so I got to hopefully remember my memory. What we're going to do here on this version of the 6, 7, 8 is we're going to take these 2 bets off of the 6 and the 8. One of those bets is going to go on the point, and the other bet is going to go on the DC. Okay? Now, a 7 here, I would win the don't pass. I'd win the 100. I would lose these 2. So there's a break even. So that's our hole here. Let's go ahead and roll. There's a 4. So now watch. The DC moves behind the 4. Now, if a 7 comes out, I win on the don't pass. I win on the 4. And I lose on the place bet. So the place bet and the bet behind the 4, they counterfeit each other. And I win $100. That's what I want, is a 7. I also don't mind a 9. I win on a 9. I don't want a 4. So it's the same concept. You're trying to make the vulnerability of your strategy be either a 4 or a 10, because those points, those numbers don't roll nearly as often as the 7s or the 6s and 8s. So even though he calls it a 6, 7, 8 strategy, it's only a 6, 7, 8 strategy on the come out roll. As soon as a point's established, you're splitting those 6 and 8s. One of them goes to the point, one goes to the DC. So now I just want to roll and until I hit a 7 and avoid the 4. There's a 3. There's a 5. If I would happen to hit the 9, I might go ahead and buy some of these other numbers and get some more numbers that would hit, because there's a 6. I would like to have hit that, but I don't have any bets on the 6. Okay, there's the 7. So the lay bet on the 4 and the place bet on the 9 break even, counterfeit each other, and I win 100 on the don't pass. Okay, so that's another conservative 6, 7, 8 strategy. So I'm at 32 rolls. I'm up $500. You know me, my conservative self, I'm coloring up and I'm going to call it a day. I think Whan says, if you're happy with that, go ahead and cash out. But if you're not, go ahead and roll again. So you want to roll one more time? Let's roll one more time. I got $100 on the don't pass. Let's put 50 on the 6, 50 on the 8, and let's try to avoid the 7 out on the come out roll. There's a 10. Okay? Now, this version of the 6, 7, 8, I split the 6 and the 8. So I'm no longer playing 6, 7, 8. I take one of these bets and I move it to the point. So I'm going to buy the 10. And I take the other bet and I put it on the DC, the don't come. Okay? Now I want to roll. And now there's the 7. That's a break even. Okay? You notice I rolled the 7, didn't lose any money, I didn't win any money, but more importantly, I didn't lose any money. Everyone else is complaining that all their place bets that they just got on the table just got wiped out, and that was the roll 2. So basically, roll 1 was a point, roll 2 was a 7 out. So that's a 0.7 out. For me, the 0.7 out did not hurt me. So the puck is off. Let's do 50 on the 6, 50 on the 8. Let's avoid the 7 right here. Okay, there's a 4. Puck moves to the 4. We're going to split the 6 and 8. One of the bets goes on the 4, a buy bet. The other bet goes to the DC. Okay? A 7 here, a 0.7 out is a break even. But let's avoid the 7. Well, there's an 11. That's even worse. 11 we lose on the on this DC. So I'm not sure if Whan replaces it, but I'm going to replace it. I'm going to put 50 in the DC. There's a 10. Now, that DC bet moves behind the 10. So now, a 7 out, these two bets counterfeit each other. I would lose 50 on a 7 out. I would win 50 on a 7 out. They counterfeit each other, and I would win $100. So I'll roll till a 7 comes out. What's going to roll first, a 7 or a 4? Well, it's really not what's going to roll first. Over time, which one's going to roll more often? And the answer is the 7. So we are favored for the 7 to come out before the 4. There's an 8. I'd like to hit something here. There's the 4. Okay? Now, it says I only lost $2.50. I'm not sure why. I wish I could see that bet. But the puck is off. Can I move this bet? I guess I can. Can I move this bet? I'm going to set back up. Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, I can't. That's a contract bet. I lost it because I won the 100 and lost 100, but I guess it was a vig. That's all I can think of. So let's see. That's a contract bet. So I'm going to put 100 in the don't pass and 50 on the 6. And I'm going to have the 4 playing also. So let's roll this out. There's the 5. Puck moves to the 5. I'm going to move this bet to the 5. I'm going to move this bet to the DC. We're going to give that a try. Now, if a 7 comes, these don't cancel out. If a 7 comes now, I'm going to lose 100 and win 50. So I'll be down 50, but this $100 win will make me plus 50. There you go. Oh, took me down 50. I guess I'm not understanding my payoffs very well. I lose that. I lose the lay bet. I win the lay bet, but I lose both of these. But I should have won here. I really wish I could have had this guy here. But anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. You just gotta expect Crapsy is doing the right payouts. And this is the problem with playing bubble craps. You don't calculate the payoffs in your head as good because you let Crapsy do it for you. So I'm going to try one more time. I got 3 losses in a row. I want to end on a good note here. So let's go ahead and put 50 on the 6, 50 on the 8, and let's roll. Let's get a point. And we're not going to be able to. That wipes us out. Okay. So I think I'm going to end it here. Start off aggressive, build up a bankroll, go to a conservative 6-7 out strategy. I played 2 different 6-7-8 strategies. Actually, I kind of like the one that Whan offers because it doesn't put so much at risk behind the bet. He goes ahead and puts it on the DC and then lets it travel to behind the bet. That's pretty cool. I like that. But all in all, let's take a look at by shooter. We had 7 shooters, so I guess we should have stopped after shooter 5 because we had a pretty good run here, and then 7 rolls and 1 roll. So didn't do so good after that. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do for today. It's try to be aggressive at the beginning, and then move to more conservative mode. All right. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope everyone's having a great day. Congrats again, Whan, on 15,000 subscribers. And as always, thanks for watching.